do have the guidelines at their institution that I did not start the AI companion. So just so you know, that AI is turned off, but the recording is turned on as well. Um, so thank you so much for being with us today. I am going to go ahead and share my screen. I do have a PowerPoint just to keep me on task here a little bit. And like I said in the invite for this particular meeting, hope y'all can see that. Okay, everybody see a big orange screen? Okay, perfect, great. Thank you so much. This is our Eden kind of biannual point of contact discussion and update. And we do these meetings twice a year. And the point of our point of contact meetings is to kind of give kind of an Eden 101 for folks that are new points of contact. But it also gives an update of what's going on with Eden as well. And we did one of these back in February. So, of course, it's been 6 months. So, it's time to do another one. Obviously, our annual conference, which we'll talk about here in a few minutes, is coming up in October. So, we'll have another chance. Hopefully, some of you were able to join us in Maine, and Lisa's going to talk a little bit about that. But give us another chance to be together. So, I'm going to start off with some introductions. So, first of all, my name is Angie Lindsay. I'm the current acting chair from University of Florida and current chair of Eden. So I'm going to kind of go around the room a little bit for some of our executive committee members that have joined us to ask them to introduce themselves. And Greg, you were first on my Brady Bunch here, so I'll let you go next.
I'm Gregory Martin with Penn State Extension. I'm a poultry extensionist, but I work with disasters and other events as assigned. And I am the chair of the exercise committee.
Great. Thank you, Greg. Lisa.
Hi, everybody. Lisa Phelps, Program Administrator with UMaine Cooperative Extension. And I am co-chairing our 2025 annual conference. And I also sit in on the 4-H committee with Michelle.
Thanks, Lisa. Tommy.
All right, sorry about that. I was on another platform earlier and don't know where my mute is. My name is Tommy Bass from Montana State University, POC. I work day to day in livestock, environmental management, and food systems around livestock and meat, and then also work in emergency management, mostly with dead animals.
Thanks, Tommy. Mr. Tom Ball.
My name is Tom Ball. I am with the Mississippi State University Extension Center for Government and Community Development, and I am so old that I got wet during Katrina.
Thank you, Tom. Sonny.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sonny Cochran. I'm with University of Nebraska-Lincoln Extension, located in the far corner of Northwest Nebraska, where we do have those fluffy cows, those bison. And I am the State Disaster Education Coordinator and Chair of the Marketing and Membership Committee.
Thank you, Sonny. Ruth.
Hi, I am Ruth Inman. I'm formerly of Oklahoma State University Extension, but now work with the Extension Foundation as part of the Fatty Eden team doing marketing and communications.
Thank you, Ruth. Russell?
My name is Russell Medley. I'm a Community and Economic Development Educator with University of Illinois Extension, and I am the chair of the CED committee.
Thanks, Russell. Mike Gaffney.
Good afternoon, all. It just turned that way for me here. Mike Gaffney. I'm Associate Director of Extension at Washington State University. Also a faculty member in our Community and Economic Development Program unit, and my work is rural development, broadband, and most recently coastal hazards resilience.
Great. Thanks, Mike. Faye.
Hi, everybody. I'm Faye Griffith-Smith with the University of Connecticut. I'm a statewide family economics and resource management educator and secretary for Eden.
Thank you, Faye. Let's see, Christina.
Hi all, Christina Sanders from Washington State University. I am the director for our Community and Economic Development Program unit and also head up a smaller applied research unit, Division of Governmental Studies and Services. And I've been with Eden for quite a long time. I don't know, 11 years, something like that, maybe longer. And I am an active part of our 1890s advisory group.
Thank you, Christina. Dr. Monty Dozier.
Howdy, Monty Dozier with Texas A&M AgriLife Extension, and I serve as the chair-elect for National Eden. Appreciate everybody being on.
Thank you, Monty. Reagan.
Hi, everyone. I'm with Extension Foundation and serve on the Fatty Eden team doing general coordination. Good to be here.
Thanks, Reagan. Let's see. Did I forget anyone? Do I have everybody for right now?
Terrence Woolfork, I came on a couple of minutes, just a couple of seconds ago. I'm Terrence Woolfork with Fort Valley State University. I've been with Eden for some years, and I serve as the assistant administrator up under cooperative extension for our communication and our technology area. And I'm also doing a lot of things with broadband technology.
Awesome. Thank you, Terrence.
Frankie Gould. You see me?
Sorry, go ahead.
Frankie Gould.
Oh, go ahead, Frankie. Yes, please go right ahead.
Okay. I'm Frankie Gould. I'm Associate Vice President for Strategic Communications with the LSU Agricultural Center. I'm the POC for Louisiana. And we are celebrating the 20th anniversary of Katrina with a lot of video and articles that you can find on our website.
Great. Thank you, Frankie. Actually, I'll go ahead and start. Jeremy, why don't you go ahead? I'll start back with the Brady Bunch so we don't talk over each other.
Sure. Jeremy Ross, I'm the soybean agronomist for the University of Arkansas System Division of Agriculture, statewide responsibilities, and I'm the brand new POC for the University of Arkansas. So.
Great. Thanks. Glad to have you, Jeremy. Thanks for joining us. Laurie.
Hi, Laurie Walensky from the University of Delaware, extension agent and also the director of the Northeast Extension of Risk Management Education Center, part of a national ERME program. Happy to be here.
Great. Great. Thank you. We're happy to have you. Thank you. Renato.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Renato Castillo. I'm the Disaster Preparedness and Community Resiliency Coordinator for West Virginia State University Extension. This is a somewhat new role to me, as previously I was the Environmental Justice Coordinator, but due to shifting funding priorities, I was asked to kind of step into this role. So I'm here to learn, here to provide whatever assistance I can, and act out my duties as the point of contact for Eden. So thank you.
Great. Thanks for being here. Dawn.
Hello, I'm Dawn Googe. I'm the Interim Associate Director for Ag and Natural Resources for the University of Arizona. And my primary job is I'm an entomologist and work on zoonotic and vector-borne diseases.
Thank you so much. Andrea.
Hey, everybody. My name is Andrea Higdon, and I am the Emergency Management Director at the University of Kentucky College of Agriculture, Food and Environment. And this is my 20th year as a member of Eden.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Andrea. Thanks for being here. Amy.
Hi, Amy Hagerman, OSU Extension, Oklahoma State University Extension. I got to be a little careful of that. This is my second year as a point of contact for OSU Extension. Happy to be here.
Thanks, Amy. Thanks for joining us. Stacy.
Hi everyone, Stacy Stearns, University of Connecticut. I'm the communications specialist here and point of contact. Nice to see you all.
Good to see you, Stacy. Thanks for joining us. Shanae.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Shanae Bradley. I'm with Fort Valley State University Cooperative Extension. My title is Senior Communications Specialist. I'm active with the 1890 Eden Advisory Group. I'm happy to be here, and I am a delegate. Thanks.
Thanks, Shanae. Steve.
Yes, good afternoon. My name is Steve Sempier. I'm the Outreach and Deputy Director for Mississippi Alabama Sea Grant Consortium and also the POC for our program. Thank you.
Thanks, Steve. Thanks for joining us. Hi, Callie. Go ahead.
Hello, everyone. I'm Callie Nelson, and I serve as an Assistant Director for Field Operations with Alabama Cooperative Extension, and I'm the point of contact for Auburn University, and I think in that role for 3 years.
Thanks, Callie. Thanks for being here. Michelle.
Hi, I'm Michelle Ely. I serve as the Community Economic Development Specialist for North Carolina A&T Cooperative Extension, and also serve on the Community Development Committee and the 1890 Advisory Group.
Thanks, Michelle. Courtney.
Hi, everyone. My name is Courtney Long. I work with Iowa State University Extension and Outreach, serve as a POC for Iowa, do food systems program management, and direct the agricultural marketing resource center.
Great. Thanks, Courtney. Thanks for being here. Dr. Shaylee Rampole, good to see you.
Hey, I'm Shelley Rampold. I'm an assistant professor of communications in the ALEC department at the University of Tennessee. But I'm also I serve as our issues and crisis management and communications specialist for UT Extension. I'm the point of contact for Tennessee, and I don't think it's been a year yet, but it's getting close to a year in this role.
Great. Thanks, Shelley. Thanks for being here. Brian.
Hi, Brian Oatman. I'm Director of Facilities Planning and Management for UC Ag and Natural Resources here in California. Past roles, I was in Health and Safety and Emergency Management, so I'm still our point of contact for California.
Great. Thank you, Brian. Dr. Wilcox.
Hey, everybody. I'm Michael Wilcox. I am an assistant director and program leader for community development with Purdue University, and I'm the associate director of the North Central Regional Center for Rural Development. And I've been hanging out with Monty, helping to support the 1994 working group.
Thanks, Michael. Hi, Beth. Go ahead.
Hi everyone, my name is Beth Hayes. I am the POC for Colorado through Colorado State University Extension. I'm the Agriculture Natural Resource Specialist in a region in Southern Colorado, and I am the new State Emergency Manager for field staff on behalf of CSU.
Great, thanks for being here, Beth. Selena.
Hi, I'm Selena Davila with the University of Idaho. I'm a county-based educator in South Idaho, and I am very recently been appointed as our state's point of contact.
Thanks for being here, Selena. Appreciate it. Jonathan.
Yeah, my camera's not working, but John Moyle,
That's
University
okay.
of Maryland. I'm just a chicken guy. You guys all got these great titles. I just run around taking care of chickens anywhere before birth to after they're dead. So.
And we appreciate the work that you do, John. Thank you. Karen. Karen Lee. There you are.
There I am. Hi, my name is Karen Lee. I'm with the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. I'm an extension program specialist here. We work on the Small Farm Outreach Program where we service over 70 counties in the state of Arkansas.
Awesome. Thanks for being here, Karen. And last but not least, my cohort in crime down here in the Sunshine State, Kimberly.
Hello, everyone. Kimberly Davis, Florida A&M University. I am the Extension Emergency Management Specialist as well as the CRD Program Leader. And like Angie said, I am one of the Florida POCs.
Thanks, Kimberly. Great. Thanks, everybody. It's so great to have all of you here. We really appreciate it. Now I'm going to share the screen. Sorry, I shared a little too early for that. I apologize. But we do want to start today with going a little bit, especially for those that are new. We've done the welcome, given kind of a little overview of what is Eden and how we're set up and some of the ins and outs of Eden. Also going to have our FATI Eden, and we'll explain that as well. FATI Eden Group, Extension Foundation, talk a little bit. And then last but not least, we'll end with some updates and some things that are going on and look out for in the coming months. And hopefully we'll have some, excuse me, hopefully we'll have some time for some discussions as well and any questions. I do want this meeting to flow easily. So if something comes up while somebody is talking, feel free to put it in the chat. I'll try to monitor that. And there's enough folks on here that we can monitor that and try to get your question answered as soon as possible. I just want to make sure that we cover all bases today. So just kind of giving a quick Eden 101 here. So what is Eden? We're an acronym because we love our acronyms, right? The Extension Disaster Education Network is a collaborative multi-state effort of cooperative extension services across the country to improve the delivery of services to citizens affected by disaster. Our mission is to take that research-based education to the folks that have been in communities that have been impacted by disasters as well. Oops, sorry. So our work of the network, and if any of you spend any time with me, you know that my biggest saying is the strength is in the network. The network is the folks, it's the people, it's folks on this call. They're the first ones that are to call Kim and I when there's a hurricane looming towards Florida. It is the network of people that is the strength of Eden. And the network works to provide research-based resources to all the collective cooperative extension systems for all types of disasters, obviously. And that includes natural, technological, biological, biosecurities. I've very much so something that's been top of mind for all of us recently, on human caused as well. We do this by sharing our individual state work with Eden, working collaboratively on projects, and assessing needs and working to fulfill gaps, not only within our own states, but helping out with other states regionally and nationally as well. So just to give you an idea of the representation, so we have representations, as you've heard of some folks on this call, from our 1862 land-grant institutions, our 1890 land-grant institutions, and our 1994 land-grant institutions, which Monty will talk about a little bit later today. So our history was Eden was created, and I know a lot of folks on this call remember when Eden was created after a catastrophic flooding along the Mississippi River in 1993, which inspired the need for Extension's role in preparation, mitigation, response, and recovery. And Eden is currently funded by a grant through USDA NIFA, and we'll talk a little bit about that as well. Our partnerships is that Eden has formal relationships with USDA and NIFA, also NOAA and the National Sea Grant Program as well. And now I'm going to turn it over to Monty so he can talk about some memberships and go a little bit further in the ins and outs and workings of Eden.
Thanks, Angie. Appreciate it. Appreciate everybody being on. So membership is kind of unique in that it's the institutions rather than us that serve as members of Eden. So a land-grant institution or program can become a member when the director or the administrator of said program names people like you as a point of contact and submits an Eden cooperative agreement. We have a form that we use to reach out to those land-grant institutions or a program that wants to become a member. And then once that's done, a PLC such as yourself is appointed, then we move forward with membership. We also, as you know, we have PLCs, and some of you that have joined are delegates. And so the membership even though it is the institution, the work is done by people such as yourself. As Angie said, it's a network of land grant extension services in all three of the areas, but also we have members that are at Hispanic serving institution. And as you've heard, we have a Sea Grant POC represented today. So NOAA Sea Grant programs is also part of our membership. So structure, each institution has one of each of y'all. So one POC, and then you may have as many delegates as an institution would allow. Right now we have more than 30 dedicated volunteers representing more than 75 different areas of expertise. And that is the strength. When I need to know some information regarding any part of the disaster cycle, I turn to my cohorts here in Eden and look for that information. So appreciate everybody being dedicated to the group. So our leadership is made up, you heard several of the executive committee, which is composed of our chairs, also support staff, our standing committee chairs, and then we have liaisons from NIFA, Sea Grant, 1890s, ECOP, and then also 1994. And we also talk about the fact that we have a chair-elect, and secretary. And you'll hear from Faye in just a minute, our secretary. And we all serve 2-year terms. And then those individuals that serve as chairs of the committees serve a 2-year term as well. So speaking of our committees, we have committees that are broken up into 2 areas, 9 of which of these committees. There's the functional committee, the exercise and resiliency training in disasters. They work with putting together our disaster exercise that we have during the annual conference. So one of our other committees is the annual conference committee. You'll hear from Lisa in a few minutes about the annual conference that will be held this fall in Maine. And then we have a professional development committee and a marketing and membership committee. So they are committees that help with the functions of Eden. And then we move to the programmatic area committees, very similar to most of the way state extensions are set up. In our program area or programmatic area, we have a 4-H and youth development committee, agricultural committee, a community economic development committee, natural resources committee, and family and consumer sciences. Our next webinar that's put together by our professional development bunch will be held on September 9th, just to give you an example of what committees do, at 1 p.m. Eastern, and it's entitled The Relevance of Extension for Emergency Management Community. As you heard Christina talk about, and membership of the 1890 Advisory Board. So that advisory board is made up of 15 of the 19 1890 land grant institutions across the nation. They meet to have yearly face-to-face meetings. They put together multi-state projects and grants that they provide for additional training to support the 1890 land grant institutions. They meet monthly, and as mentioned previously, they liaison to the Eden Executive Board, and they provide reports of the activities that they're engaged in. Just launched this past January is the very similar board, but it's for the 1894 institutions. They have representation again on our executive committee. They meet quarterly. They are currently working to provide representation through the First Americans Land Grant Consortium Conference. I know that Michael has been part of that as well and has helped with that process, as well as Christina and Mike as well. And then they have been working on an initiative to put together a way to receive wildland fire resources for tribal communities, as an example of some of the work that the 1994 Advisory Board is doing. I'll turn it back over now to Faye, and she can begin the process of telling you about the great resources we have.
Hi, everybody. To me, a key benefit of Eden is the resources that it can provide. By going to the Eden website landing page at extensiondisaster.net, you can access a wide variety of materials. The response notes section is easy to find with its orange button on the upper right-hand corner of the page. When Extension in your state is responding to a disaster event, it's important to share information about what's going on and what Extension can do to respond to the event. First of all, it makes us aware of what you're dealing with, if there is help that we might be able to provide you, and it also shares information with others about the importance of what you're doing to serve your community and state in challenging times. We know that you're busy doing essential work. If your state already has some form of report that you filed during these situations, we'd appreciate your sharing that by uploading it through the Response Notes portal. And if you don't have some reporting system for that in your state, it's still important that you share your work and that of your colleagues. This report goes to our USDA NIFA program liaison, Ashley Mueller, who really appreciates getting that information, and she shares it with others at NIFA and USDA. It also goes to our Eden leadership, and we want to know about what's going on so that we can reach out to you and see if there's any way that we can help support you with information, resources, or just an ear to hear what's going on and what you might need. Response Notes is critical to our work together, and others can benefit from your experience. Also, on the Eden landing page, you can access the resource dashboard. Here you can search by keyword, focus area, disaster phase, institution, program area, or content type for the information that you're seeking. Also from the Eden landing page, you can access, you can also find under news and events information about the webinars that we've offered, those that are coming up, those in the past, and they're on a wide variety of topics that can be of benefit to you and your colleagues. You'll also learn about professional development opportunities, such as our own annual conference and other disaster-related conferences and workshops that might be of interest to you through Eden Communications. Also included in these communications are funding opportunities, such as the Advancing Disaster Education in America grant and others. In regard to professional development, there are many opportunities. The delegate portal on the landing page is a great place to go to find other people with related interests or connect with someone who has expertise that you may be interested in developing further. Please encourage your delegates to check out at least one of the committee meetings to learn about what others who share their interests are doing in the field of disaster education. They don't have to make a commitment, just try out a meeting or two and find out what's going on. When delegates respond to a disaster event in their communities, please do encourage them to submit the response notes. This is the Boots on the Ground report that shares what's going on, how they are responding, resources that have been helpful, and what else they might need. Whether it's through committee meetings, the annual conference, you and your delegates in your state get to know people who you can connect with and call on when needed. When discussing common needs and interests, ideas bubble up, and there are opportunities to work together, maybe on a topic that you've had on a back burner for a while. Multi-state projects often arise from committees or networking at our conferences. And these relationships developed during blue sky conditions can also be helpful should your state be facing some form of disaster. The officers and committee chairs often reach out when we are aware of a disaster to see just how we might be able to help our colleagues in dealing with a crisis. So I also, let's see, wanted to let you know a little bit about some of the types of resources that we have. Eden has professional, I'm sorry, I'm on the next slide. So if we can go to that. That's the one. Thank you so much. So we have a collection of resources available from land grant institutions across the country. That is the resource dashboard. And Eden also offers several opportunities for professional development through its webinar. Some recent topics have included development and evaluation of a biosecurity framework for livestock exhibitions. Another has been mental health resiliency during times of disaster and recovery, and that focused on the need for those of us in extension who are dealing with a disaster that lasts over time, the aftermath, and to consider our own mental health in dealing with those issues so we can continue to be supportive of others who need our help. And another webinar was A Storm Like No Other and Unforgettable Wildfires, which focused on North Carolina state extension agents who supported communities recovering from Hurricane Helene, and also an update on wildfires in that state. So we have a wide variety of webinars that we offer, and we just want to make you aware of that. And there's also the opportunity to share information from your state with others. Many of you come with a lot of experience, and we can all benefit from that. So please keep in mind the variety of resources that Eden has to offer. And next we'll go to our FADI team.
Reagan, are you there?
Yeah, Fred was gonna launch us first, but I'm not seeing Fred on here. So I will go. And yeah, okay, I'll just go. So for those of you who might not be familiar with FADI Eden, wait, now I'm struggling here. Okay, so here we go. The FADI stands for Food and Agriculture Defense Initiative. You'll hear it referred to as FADI or FADI. I like FADI better for obvious reasons, but basically that is a program out of USDA NIFA, National Institute of Food and Ag, and it actually is composed of 3 big program areas, and Extension Disaster Education Network is only one of them. It also heads up the National Animal Health Laboratory Network and the National Plant Diagnostic Network. Those are mouthfuls. But just know there's 3 of them, and Eden is one of them. It supports Eden. It supports like wraparound services for the network. So the competitive process is started in fiscal year 2018, and that was awarded to Purdue. And then Extension Foundation applied for the funding in 2023. And so we are in our 2nd year. We're almost wrapping up the 2nd year, which ends on the 31st of this month. And the goals of that project are to support the growth of Eden's strategic structure and management, to expand disaster management education, and to strengthen targeted communication and outreach for the network. I'm going to hand it over to Ruth, who will tell us more about what those wraparound services really mean to you and what you're going to see on the ground.
Slide with goals first before we talk about wraparound services, or
I just went over them really quick.
Yeah. Okay. I was pulling up the slides, and so I think I missed you talking about goals. Yeah, for wraparound services. So we like to say that the Fatty Eden team is the brawn and the network is the brain. So we're here to just support things that the network is doing. And Angie and Monty and Faye did a great job of explaining all those various things. Specifically, one way that we provide wraparound services with Fatty Eden is managing the grant program. These development grants are offered kind of as sub-awards underneath our award, and we manage that award program and contracts. The RFA is available right now for those development grants. And Reagan, if either you can grab the link to that and put it in the chat, or I'll do it in a moment. The RFA is available. There were 9 projects awarded in 2024, 5 awarded in 2025, and we're in the process of accepting applications for that right now, which are due September 29th. I think Reagan will explain more about that on the next slide. And then you can just see here the rest of the 4 bullet points about the wraparound services that the Fatty Eden team provides. If you need updates or you need help with things about the website improvements, we're constantly working to improve the functionality of the website, the directory, the resource dashboard. Big things coming for that soon. If you need help or any updates for that, let us know.
Hey, Ruth,
Yeah.
can you increase your volume a little bit on your end?
I never have trouble on Zoom until I'm with this group, so I'm not certain why. I even bought a brand new microphone, so I don't know. I'm sorry about that.
It's a directional mic, so when you spoke directly into it, the volume shot right up. So you got to speak right into it.
Okay, so you guys can read the rest of the 4 bullet points about the wraparound services that we provide. We support the webinar, we support social media, and we also fund in-person meetings and travel stipends for the executive team and others.
So Ruth already mentioned that the grant program is open right now. It launched at the beginning of August, and the deadline to apply is September 29th. We plan to award up to 3 $25,000 grants, and you can read more about that on the website. I shared the link. We do need grant reviewers. It's a really great opportunity for professional development. If you've ever been interested in reviewing grants, if you've never done a NIFA grant or something bigger, this is a really good opportunity to dip your toe into grant reviewing. It is a little bit of a time commitment, but not nearly as much as a NIFA grant, if you all are familiar with that. So if you're interested, please send an email to Fred Schlutt, and I will put his email, or Ruth, if you could put his email in the chat. And then lastly, you can read more about everything that goes out the door that we submit communication-wise on Connect Extension. Ruth did mention that already, but if you're not already a part of that Eden subgroup, you definitely want to make your way over there and get signed up so that you can get those communications through there as well. And you can also create a blog post. You can read blogs and information that is not always sent out as well. And last slide. So you can always reach out to us if you find something in the communications that is confusing. Fred is really the point person on partnerships and overall project. I am the person you want to communicate with if you're having trouble with your delegate profile or something on the website. You can also connect with Ruth about anything on the website or your profile. But Ruth is really the communications and outreach person. So if you have a question specific to that, she's the best person to reach. And that's all we have. I'll hand it back over to you, Angie.
Great. Thanks, Reagan. Renata, you have a question, please.
Yes, just to clarify, there is nothing that prohibits point of contact from applying to that grant, correct?
No.
Good question. Thank you. Great. Okay. So thank y'all, team. I'm going to share just one more slide here that just kind of talks about some quick updates. We talked about the committees, and so if you've not yet joined the committee, we encourage you to do so. And I put the link to the committees in the chat. And if you look on our website, there are several places where there is a calendar. And so the calendar lets you know when the different committees are meeting, and the Zoom links are attached to that. So feel free to join whenever that meeting is happening. And then that website will also give you a little bit more information about each one of the committees. But if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us and we can connect you with that particular committee chair, a lot of which are represented here today also. Just a couple of more updates. We're going old school next week, folks. We haven't sent out anything regarding what is Eden and what is Eden up to out to Extension Administration among the land grant universities. So we have developed a letter and kind of Eden background. Basically, we took this slide presentation and then put it into a document, and we are going to send that out to extension deans and/or directors at the land grant institution. So that will be going out next week. It is just hey, this is what Eden is, and this is what we're currently up to. So be on the lookout. You may hear from your administration folks about getting something about Eden as well. So stamps and all, like we're going old school. So this is something that we've been wanting to do for a while, and we figured a good time is now, right here at the beginning of a new semester as well. As Reagan was talking about the delegate list, we're really trying to make sure that we have the most updated delegate list and point of contact list. So if there is something that you need to change on that, please feel free to reach out to us or reach out to this website here regarding updating that delegate list. And I'll actually put the link in the chat so that it's easier. And we are also making sure that our resource database is up to date, and we have the most recent resources as well. So if you have a chance, take a look at that resource database. I put the link in earlier in the chat as well. Look at your particular state institution. If you have an updated resource that you can link to, that would be great. We can update that. Or if you have a new one you want to update, we would love to have that one as well. And I'm going to be quiet now and turn it over to Lisa so she can talk about much more fun things like our conference coming up in Maine. So Lisa and Monty, I'll let y'all take it away.
Great, thanks, Angie. I think Monty, I'm going to go first, and then I'll hand it off to you. Yeah, we're excited to have you all come to Portland, Maine in October 21st through the 24th. We have our fingers crossed and hoping to have some awesome mid-fall weather. So it should be still some good leaf peeping time in New England, and hoping we have some decent weather. Love to show off Portland, which is the largest city in Maine. And for some of you in larger states, like when I say largest city in Maine, we're talking 70,000 people. So not a lot of people. Awesome city right on the water. The hotel location where we're going to be, I put the link in the chat. And that has information about how to register and information about the hotel. We're going to be at the Westin Hotel. So definitely walkable to a lot of different restaurants, locations, attractions downtown. We've got a educational excursion. The educational field trip is going to be a little unique. We got a sign off from the executive committee that what we have planned will be good. We're going to take a short ferry ride, say larger ferry, so it's not a small boat, out to Peaks Island and hear a little bit about how how that particular island handles coastal flooding and coastal natural disasters, and also that trip also includes a lunch at Luke's Lobster House. For those of you that don't like lobster, there will be some other options as well. And then we'll spend part of the afternoon at Gulf of Maine Research Institute, which is a partner that we have worked with for years, and we'll be learning a little bit about what they've been doing, and we'll participate in an interactive activity as a group around coastal resilience and whatnot, and climate. So really super excited. I would be your contact for the conference if you have questions. I have my fingers crossed. We had some issues with people reserving the block of rooms, hotel rooms, but I think that has been resolved. Working on a few glitches here and there, but really excited. Then we also have the post-conference workshop as well, and that will happen on Friday. So really excited. We have, and I'll turn it over to Monty to talk about our presentations because we have a lot of them. So we put the call for proposals out there and people responded, which is great. So Monty.
You bet. So yeah, we have had a great response for proposals for presentations, both oral and poster type presentations. In the oral category, we've got 42 presentations that we have selected to have presented to you, covering everything from preparedness education, response, recovery, and mitigation. So there'll be opportunity to learn all kinds of new information from your colleagues associated with all parts of the disaster cycle. We also have about 30 that will be presenting posters. That's going to be the largest poster session that I have seen since I've been in Eden. So really excited about that as well. And then, as she mentioned, we're going to have a post-conference event on the Friday of the conference. Greg and his group are putting together an exercise for us. So we'll have a tabletop exercise that will have injects for everyone that's engaged in Eden, no matter your program area expertise. They're putting together injects for all of us to be engaged with. And it's going to be focused around a wildfire event that hits the community. So it's going to be a great learning experience. So be sure to include that as you get ready to make your reservations for coming to the conference. And early registration is still up. So get out and make that your registration fees so that you can save a little money. And we'll see you in Maine. And if there's not another reason to come, they've got a snowball ice cream concoction that will make it worth your trip to come.
Thanks, Monty, for that shout out. We also have awesome potato donuts too at the Holy Donut was another treat when we did the May site visit. Yeah, lots of you will not go hungry in Portland. Lots of lots of food opportunities. So great.
Thanks, Lisa. Thanks, Monty. I just want to conclude with just some quick updates regarding conferences in 26 and 27. NIFA has asked us, due to the funding and how funding works, has asked us to switch our annual conference to early spring, late winter. So we are actually switching what we've called our midwinter meeting, which is our executive committee meeting, which is always held the last week in February, with our annual conference, which puts us in a bind this year, we know, with having two conferences within one fiscal year. So we apologize, but this will be the only year that this particular happens. Because of that, the February 23rd through 27th, 2026 conference will be more of a mini conference, and it will focus on training. So we will try to have some of that FEMA 100, 200, 700, 800 trainings available, as well as some specific trainings out there. And we're still working on the agenda, and we'll have more information out there about that soon as well. But it will be in Florida. So I can promise you, well, I can't promise you good weather, but we won't have snow. How about that? Well, I say that, Panhandle got snow last year. So, but hopefully we will not. And then also we will be voting on the 2027 conference at the conference in Maine this year. So we'll put out some proposals for folks that may want to host that particular one. So be on the lookout for an email from that. So, and I believe that is all we have. We have about 7 minutes left. Oh, here we have just a reminder about the annual conference. And I'm going to stop sharing and open the floor for any questions, comments, concerns that folks may have in the last 5 to 7 minutes that we have today. So again, we appreciate your time for being here, and happy to answer any questions or talk through or anything, or what we may be able to answer for anybody. Julie, please go right ahead. Hey, Julie.
Hi, everyone. Julie Smith at the University of Vermont. Good to see folks on today. I do have a question related to grant preparation. If folks are working on grants and they want to collaborate with Eden, what is the process that we should follow?
That is a great question. Thank you very much, Julie. So yes, absolutely. We can do a letter of support for a grant that you may be working on. We do ask that you reach out to one of the officers, and that's myself, Monty, or Faye, and I'll put our emails in the chat as well. And just give us a little bit of time before you actually need it. Just let us know if some information. I know some folks have kind of a canned letter. We'll absolutely take that and try to incorporate it into a letter that we have as well. And tell us a little bit more about the project. And then if you give us a little time to put that together, we can absolutely get that to you. Great question. Thank you, Julie.
Thank you.
Other questions? I'll put our emails in there. I'll put mine in there. I might let Monty and Faye put their own. Otherwise, I'll have to look it up.
I do have one
Any other-
question in reference to the hotel. Thank you again for working with a hotel to extend the room block so more people can register. Is there, I know some hotels now are making it mandatory that if you reserve a room, you have to do a one-night stay deposit. Do you know what the policies might be concerning reservations and if a deposit is required to honor the reservation?
So thanks for your question. I think it was Michelle that asked that. I don't think you have to do a deposit. I know when I made my room reservations, they just had to put in a credit card like I've done for others, and I didn't have to do a deposit. And I don't know if anybody else that's made their reservations, if you've had that, but I'm not aware that they're asking for a deposit with the hotel rooms.
They didn't ask for a deposit from me either, just the credit card to hold the reservation.
Okay, thanks. That's helpful. Thank you.
You may check what they ask upon check-in, because I've at a couple hotels recently had a deposit placed against my card when I checked in, which I had not had happen before.
I've had that recently too, Julie. Yeah, that might be what they're going to now, Michelle. Like when you check in, I guess. Any other questions? Well, we certainly appreciate everybody joining us today. I know it was probably a lot of information at one time, but hopefully it's some good information and things that we can look forward to coming up with Eden. And we really do hope to see everybody in Portland, Maine in October. But if we can be of any assistance between now and then, please reach out to us. And again, we just really appreciate all that you do for your state and for the nation and for Eden and Extension. So thank you all so much, and nice to see everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks all.
Have a great holiday, everybody. Appreciate y'all.
Oh, that's right.
you later.
Thank you,
Bye.
Monty. Yeah, thanks, y'all.
Stay safe.
I thought Tom Ball was the only one that had to turn in a deposit anytime he went anywhere.